Greetings, everyone. Welcome to another episode of The Professionals You Should Know. This show is about uncovering the journeys of professionals from different industries. And today, we have the vibrant and intelligent Susanna Full, who is a nutritional medicine consultant and pharmacist. Thank you for joining us. It's an absolute pleasure for you to come in.
Thank you for having me.
So what is it that you do?
So I'm a nutritional medicine consultant and a pharmacist.
Okay, so...
And I kind of combine the two things to help my client, mostly people that they want to lose weight for medical reason or even aesthetic reason. But usually, it's very connected. So often my clients, they have are on medication and they want to improve their regime, or they might want to be off. Some medication, and in general they want to improve their life and possibly have a better kind of relationship with their body. So I work kind of in this sector.
So how did you become this? Like, what was your journey? How did you become nutrition medicine?
It's a bit of a mix of everything. I studied in Italy and as an Italian, and I did a master in chemistry and pharmaceutical technology with with specialization in biotechnology. And then after that, I decided to kind of start working as a pharmacist. I worked there for 1 year. I didn't like it, so I moved in UK thinking to say, okay, that's it, pharmacy, I'm not going to do it anymore. But then, after a while I thought, okay, let's give it a go. Maybe here is a bit different. And
so how come you didn't like to continue it in Italy?
Because I felt that there wasn't any way to grow in the profession. So usually in Italy, pharmacy, they're owned by a private person, so you have this boss that they have this way to work, and you kind of need to obey to someone rules, even if you don't feel like they are correct, or you feel like they don't really reflect what you would do. And it was very frustrating. I felt like selling bread, which is nothing wrong with that, but I didn't feel like respected in my profession and my idea, or even by clients. It wasn't I don't know, it didn't feel right.
Okay.
So I decided to just move and say goodbye to pharmacy. But then, I said, okay, maybe here in UK is different, and actually the approach is completely different. And I did enjoy this, getting to learn new things. I started as a dispenser because my English was very poor, like zero. And then after 1 year and a half, I decided to start to work as a locum pharmacist.
Okay, cool.
So I gained a lot of experience working around in different environment around UK.
So when did you come to UK then?
2012.
2012. Yeah. Oh, interesting. And then from there you went to do your dispensary, as you said.
No, then I work as a sales assistant because I said I didn't speak any English at all. I literally come in England with my hair shampoo and things because I was worried to go to the supermarket and buy them. So I really had to master a bit the English, and still there is a lot to improve.
Your English is really good,
yeah. And so first I did 1 year and a half there, then I stepped up and I decided to try work in a pharmacy. And then after 1 year and a half of mentoring, I started to work as a pharmacist.
So what made you become like a pharmacist? What was your initial spark at the start?
So I did like chemistry. I did the art as a high school, and then I wasn't really the color, so I thought it's better to leave that to someone that is very good, and I decided to step into something more scientific.
Okay. So you did art first, and then
art, and then as a high school, and then I did a master in chemistry.
What do you mean high school? Is that like university? I don't know how.
No, high school is like your college, I think.
College.
Yeah.
Okay.
After I'm really bad. I have a son, so I better learn this system.
So like secondary school?
Secondary school.
Oh, okay,
Thank
okay.
you. So yeah.
Okay, you did art in secondary school.
Yes,
Okay,
and then I thought, okay, I'm good, but not that good. So I changed completely the scenario, and I wasn't sure what to do.
Right.
I just swear with my friends not to become a pharmacist, and actually all of us became a pharmacist afterwards. But I think it was just the easy way, because you can be anything when you finish that kind of university. But I wasn't sure at the beginning, so I said, okay, let's do the safe side first, and then if something comes up more exciting, I can always change direction eventually.
And then you said you did the MSc.
Yes.
And that opens you up to everything else?
Yeah, because I could register as a chemist or as a biologist. I could have done many other things.
Right.
But I think I did this master without thinking precisely what I wanted to do afterwards. I enjoyed it a lot. It was very hard.
Right, yeah, I can imagine.
I can
imagine.
I was very focused on doing it rather than the big purpose afterwards. So then when I finished, I was like, what I'm gonna do? So yeah, at the end I just started as a pharmacist. It was the easiest and kind of more straightforward way.
Okay. And then so after you did that, did you and then you worked for the year, and then you came over here, did the dispensary, and then you got back into pharmacy.
Yeah.
Did that reignite your spark? Did it get you going again?
Yes, I really enjoyed it, and I was very exciting. Getting to know new people, blah blah blah. Then I was employed by a pharmacy chain, and then things slightly changed, because obviously you have a lot of pressure. You need to meet targets. It's not just about enjoy the work with your team, because you have dispensing assistant and so on, and enjoy the clients. It's also about many more responsibility, and they are not necessarily related to pharmacy itself. So you start to feel that extra pressure, and then is when things started to not being as I like it. Let's say.
And then that's when you went into nutritional medicine, or?
Yes, as well. I start to understand I start working always in the same pharmacy, in the same branches. You start to see often the same clients. And then I realized that many of these people, they needed some extra support, because obviously, the NHS is overloaded, even in pharmacy we are overloaded. And sometimes people, they just being bombarded with information, but they don't know how to put them together. And often people that they needed a lot of support with diet and lifestyle, they didn't have it. And some of the diseases could really improve just by following very easy things. And then I had the chance to start to help people in that sense, and seeing a bit the result. And I thought, okay, so I need to kind of develop my knowledge in that area. And at the same time, I realized how much I was enjoying the one-to-one work when I had the chance, because I'm very busy in pharmacy. And I wanted to kind of expand a bit that area. And then I also have my personal journey, because since when I was little, I was obese. Like when I was very little, up until university, yes. People will never guess, but yes, I was. And then I lost a lot of weight at university, too much, and I struggled a lot to kind of find the balance afterward for years. And then as well, like medical conditions and so on, I thought like, okay, so I did it for myself as well, as a healing tool to learn more about it. And also because I think it's important to have support, and I didn't want, at the same time, people going through all my journey that I had, so from being obese and underweight, and then it's difficult without any support. So it's nice to have someone, a professional, that can support you there and help you through. And sometimes it's not enough one person, but a team. But it's good to have someone there, I think.
Wow, that's incredible. And that makes sense why you kind of dived into the profession of like understanding your body, especially through nutrition and obviously pharmaceutical medicine as well. So what kind of reconfirmed that this was actually a really good choice for me? Like, for example, like pharmacy or nutritional medicine. What reconfirmed that?
I think it's about feeling happy when you wake up in the morning. When I was working as a pharmacist, I reached the point where I wasn't happy anymore to go there, and I was just stressed. I was enjoying my colleagues because it's nice, you create an atmosphere, but then it was too much to take in, like, and I didn't want to work anymore in that way. While now I'm happy. Like, I'm excited to see new people, to see how can I help, and if I can do the difference in someone's life, and it's amazing the energy that you get back from it. So yeah.
Now that you're in the field of nutritional medicine, how did you get into it? What drove you to get into it, and what reconfirmed that right, this is what I like?
So basically, it was back in 2018. I was very miserable as a pharmacist, and my partner is a GP, and he's also functional medicine practitioner. And it kind of saw my struggle, and he kind of pushed me to kind of take my responsibility in kind of changing my life and my path, and he supported me a lot. So I decided to register and start to do a postgraduate diploma in personal nutrition under the Middlesex University.
Right.
And I completed that, and after a while, also when I was doing this postgraduate diploma, I became a neurolinguistic practitioner. Which is amazing. It's an amazing tool to use with clients, because it basically is helping you to coaching them and support them to change habit, because often it's not really like anyone can lose weight. It's maintaining it that is the difficult bit, and also breaking the negative habit and create positive habit. Also, nowadays we are very busy, we might have lack of time, it might be difficult to integrate nutritional and lifestyle changing in family life, and you need to take in consideration many things. So helping clients to kind of take responsibility and see by themselves what they can do and how to kind of change their perspective, it can be very helpful to actually integrate a new habit and maintain them in the long run, which is what it's all about when it's about weight loss in general health. So that is a plus, I think, in my profession.
And so is there any kind of like stories to say that to reconfirm that this is actually the profession that I love to do? Well, apart from your personal story that
which is actually helped. But in general, I think each one of my clients is a confirmation, because they do, many of them, they've been through so much, like even sexual abuse when they were little, or really struggle psychologically, and yet they manage to kind of work on it, and also they decide to work also on their lifestyle. And when you see that, people that they actually had a very hard past, they are able to do these changes, you think like, wow, that's why I'm doing it, and it's amazing, because then they are very grateful, and the energy you get back from it is, you can,
keeps you going.
Absolutely.
And is there anyone that you feel appreciates your service, or you appreciates your profession? It could be like the government, the patients, clients,
definitely clients, in the sense that basically I'm a registered as a nutritional therapist, and is not recognized by law.
Right.
So anyone can call themselves nutritionist
Right.
after like a night course or even without any course. Right. So it can be problematic because unless people search for nutritional therapists or nutritionists through this channel, where you're sure that the people had to be qualified in a certain way, you can kind of receive treatment or being helped by anyone. And they might not be that good, they might actually worsen in the situation, or some they are amazing, I'm sure, but it's a bit different standard. So because we are not recognized as a profession by law, like as a dietitian or as a pharmacist or a doctor, it's hard to be appreciated as much in that area from the government, but it's improving. The situation is improving, and hopefully in the future will be recognized also, and protected.
I see. So is there any kind of misconceptions to your role? I don't know, as you said, I think you said one, it's not recognized, so people wouldn't, know who to go to, but is there any other kind of like misconception from nutritional medicine point of view or nutritional therapists?
Well, that's sometimes that people think that is a bit of a woo-woo thing, but actually we use is a evidence-based practice. So we use scientific, things and research to work with our clients. It's nothing like taken from random things, and that is important that people should know about that. As I said, because we are not recognized by law as a profession, it's difficult to kind of really reinforce this idea, because there are people that are not doing that. So it's tricky. It's very tricky.
But because you've got like an extensive background from like pharmacy, I'm guessing you would know that side, the pharmaceutical side, as well as the nutritional side as well.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I kind of the title of nutritional medicine consultant, because I kind of put everything together with also, as I said, my NLP knowledge, and I think that is my power. I think
you can use both sides.
And that's why I tend to work with people that are overweight or obese, because often they have a more complex picture, like from medication to other disease. So often you need to address also, there are people with prediabetes or diabetes or cardiovascular disease, and actually losing weight is a good way to improve the situation in most of the cases. And some people, they can actually decrease their medication and so on. So and also because as a nutritional therapist, we often use supplements. Being a pharmacist is helping me out, because there are a lot of interaction. Supplements, sometimes they work as drugs on our body, like food after all. So it's important to be aware of what whatever you're giving to a client might interact with their medication. So that's definitely very helpful.
I can imagine. So that really helps you with kind of understanding how to put the bigger picture together, as you were saying.
Yeah, and also kind of because I worked for so long in pharmacy, he helped me how to understand when someone has to be referred, because I work really together with doctors. So for me it's important. It's not that I cannot do the job of a doctor and I don't want to do it. So I'm there to support in another area. So it's important to be connected with other specialty to create a safe journey and also the best journey for the client. Because otherwise you might think you're God, but you might know a few things, but it doesn't mean that you can, you as a nutritional therapist, I cannot claim to, I cannot diagnose or treat. So because I'm not a
diagnose.
doctor.
Diagnose or treat. Okay.
So I just help out, basically.
Fair enough. All right.
So I support my clients. That's that's fine. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. We're going to another point of the show. It's called a rapid round or rapid fire, right? So we're just
Okay.
going to ask you 3 questions. So it's either pick a choice or a yes or no. All right?
Okay.
All right, so for our first question, what, in your opinion, what do you think is more superior for recovery? Allopathic medicine, modern medicine, or nutrition?
So, I would say nutrition
Okay.
overall, because without having a balanced diet, you cannot really recover fully, I think. However, there are certain conditions that they need to be treated with medication, and that's it. Like infection, or if you have an asthma attack, you need to use an inhaler. There is no avocado that is gonna save you. So there are things that obviously nutrition eventually at the end of it they can support you, improve the situation eventually. But you might need medication for certain things. So, but generally talking, is nutrition is a drug. It's like you can use nutrition as a drug.
Yeah. Okay. So for our second question, do you think it's important to take supplements?
No, in a sense.
Okay.
In a sense. I love them. They can do a lot, but in certain situations it's good to have them. But they're not essential.
Okay.
Like for instance, some people they don't have the budget for it, and you can achieve kind of very similar outcome by really using food as drug, because at the end of the day, whatever we put in our body. Just work on our body as a drug. So whatever is good is good, whatever is bad is bad. Okay. And by adjusting things, you can really do the trick. There are some food are full of vitamin, some more of one kind, some more than other. So yes, I love supplements, but I wouldn't say they are essential.
Okay, cool. So for our third and final question, when recovering from an illness, what is better to do? Move your body or idle rest?
That's tricky. I think move your body again.
Okay.
That's a very general question. So depends what are you recovering from. But I think exercise is like 50-50 with nutrition. There is no one without the other. So if you want a good body, you need to exercise basically.
Okay. So for our last kind of questions, so where do you feel the health industry will be without your profession as a nutritional medicine or nutritional therapist?
Okay, so as I said, because we are not recognized, probably they don't even see the difference. But I think we actually doing quite a lot. I think people should know us more. They should kind of understand what we do. We should be out there more. But I think we are of great support in the sense that we can really help clients and patients of NHS to improve their condition. So obviously this is saving money to the NHS. Okay, we are working privately because we're not recognized. So obviously means that the clients has to pay for it. But still, I think by supporting clients and helping them improving their health, everyone kind of get like positive aspects. So from general population, communities, families, and government, everyone. So without us, without any other health practice that will be tricky, I guess. We're still a niche. We still have to grow, and as I said, being recognized would help us even to be more out there. But we are doing a lot.
Yeah, because as you said earlier, your food is your wealth, is your health, and
absolutely
understanding what to put in, what goes with what, how to balance it perfectly for your body
Yeah.
will give you the best results overall. So
Totally,
I can guess
totally.
your profession is really needed.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I agree.
Do you see your profession progressing in any way? As you said, more status, more responsibilities, those are the kind of things. Do you see it progressing in any way?
Yeah, definitely. I think we are on the right direction to be recognized. It might take like a lot of years, but in that when this will happen, we'll be able to work in a completely different level. Also from a client safety point of view, because you will be
Yeah.
able to know that nutrition is just are people that they've been through a certain study pattern, and they are knowledgeable and they know what they're doing and so on, and they maintain their standards. And also for us as a nutritional therapist to be able to kind of not being misunderstood for other people that they might not what they're actually doing with clients. So that I think we'll eventually will be able to change our status and that will kind of good for everyone. Yeah.
And do you see anything like any other like equipments being used? I don't know, technology is huge at the moment, so would it be like, do you feel there in the future could be like a pill that can tell you all the makeup in your body and what nutrition that you need?
Well, there are some we do use functional testing, and they're very
Okay.
useful. There are some that I use sometimes with clients. They can be
Okay,
quite
like what?
expensive.
Okay,
But like from stool testing
Okay.
to they tell you also what is going on in as your microbiome, so the
Oh,
gut that you have in the
really?
bacteria, which that is open a massive chapter about,
Right,
it's all a work in progress from that point of view. Or there are some tests that they tell you the vitamin balance or omega-3 levels, essential fatty acid level.
So
Things
you
that
would
you
order that? You would.
I can order them. Yeah.
Okay.
You can, like as a nutritional therapist, you can do more or less all the testing you want, also the test that a GP would do. But I think it's always important to do them with, backup by a GP, or then being
Right.
able to refer to the GP, because then, as I said, you cannot treat patients. So you can do once you have a test and a thyroid is not balanced, you need to refer to someone that can act on it. So
Okay. So for our kind of last question is, what do you think's missing from your profession? I know you said the status and being recognized, but is there anything else that you feel that's missing from the profession? Could be like work-life balance. It could be.
Well, definitely. I mean, as a private practitioner, you need to be very careful of what you're doing with your work schedules and everything. There are, I heard many nutritionists, they have burnout because then you want to help everyone and you just can't, because then you don't help yourself. So it's important, like in any profession, to have that balance, because you need to be an example first. You cannot go around saying things and then you are the first one not applying them. So it's
Do you think
important.
anything else is missing from your profession?
No, I think the main one, as I said earlier, is the recognition. That's for client safety and for our safety, and also to make sure that we are progressing as a profession. So that is the main things, I think.
Okay. Well, I've learned so much today. I've learned a lot, and I really do appreciate you coming. It's been a fabulous time speaking to you, and
Likewise.
and thank you, and thank you all for watching.